Welcome back to Building Dreams with Virtue Homes. In this episode, we will be chatting with Virtue Homes sales consultants, Riley and Andrew. The boys will be giving you, our listeners, the inside scoop on beginning your dream home building journey with Virtue Homes. Before we get stuck into today's episode, we have a very important announcement to make. In our hands, we have 3 of 5 awards won by Virtue Homes and the Virtue Group at the latest Master Builders Awards in June. So Riley and Andrew, I hear that you were both at the awards this past June. Can you tell me a little bit about the process of submitting to the awards?
Yeah, absolutely. So each year, Virtue Homes submits different applications for different builds through to the Master Builders Association to apply for the to be nominated for the awards. And this year, we were lucky enough to take home 5 awards as a company as a whole. But Virtue Homes took home 3 separate awards for the best display home, 350 to 500,000 for our Marshall display home in Traralgon, as well as best custom home, 850 to 1 million, and best custom home, 1 million to 2 million, which is very exciting.
Amazing. Well done, team.
Yes, yeah.
Beautiful.
There's certainly a lot that goes into it, a lot of work behind the scenes. It's not just a matter of one night and then getting the award. There's applications that the team put in, photography, everything. It's a very big process.
Oh, and so how exciting and rewarding to have taken out these special accolades.
Very rewarding.
Okay, so can just anyone submit to the awards? What's the process?
Absolutely. Anyone can nominate themselves as long as they are associated with the Master Builders Association. However, obviously, the Master Builders doesn't put forward every application to be nominated for the awards. And there is quite a strict judging process. So 2 judges that are nominated by the Master Builders come out to the regions and meet us at each home individually, as well as the clients. So they're looking through at quite the detailed quality, finishes in the home, sustainability, as well as what I think is quite important is client relationship. So they actually sit down with the clients for 20 minutes without us to speak about their experience and their build with us to gain an understanding of how that process went. Yeah.
Oh, and they do that for every submission.
Every submission, absolutely.
Wow.
So I myself attended 3 submissions. I met the judges at 3 different homes with the clients as well.
Right. So there's a lot of criteria that Virtue has to meet in order to submit.
Yeah.
And then to take out the awards.
Exactly
I'd say
right. And
it's probably quite a competitive.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
So I think in the 1 to 2 million category, from memory, there was about 8 to 9 nominees, in that category alone. And we were able to take out that category, which is fantastic. Obviously a very
really
broad
exciting
category too, from 1 to 2 million.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. And so the judges went and viewed each of those submissions, spoke to those clients.
Absolutely.
And still Virtues came on top.
Yeah.
That is really exciting. Does Virtue submit just one home or one project to each category?
In previous years, we've submitted 2 to each category, depending on sort of the level of homes that we've completed over the years, how many we've completed in that category. Generally speaking, you don't want to necessarily go in and compete against yourself, but it's sometimes we have completed more than one application.
Yeah. Fantastic. And with the display home, so I think I'm holding the Marshall's Award here. Is the process different for submitting a display home as opposed to a custom home build?
It's still the exact same process. So obviously there's no client involved directly with that one. So we are the client for that home. So they just meet with us directly on site to speak a little bit further about the build. They probably ask a little bit more in regards to that as to why we've built this as a display home, what the sort of motive is, the kind of work we're hoping to get out of it and things like that as well, which, for example, with the Marshall, it was a 7-star home to be compliant with the new National Construction Code regulations as well. So there was a lot of the driver behind that one, which we went into detail with the judges with.
Yeah, fantastic. And then with the displays as opposed to a custom home build, does that mean that the competition is harder? Are there volume builders that also compete in that category?
So the volume builders are actually split into a different category because it's such a different level of build and quality of construction. The volume builders are given a separate display home categories versus your custom builders.
Yeah. So, Andrew, this was your first dabbling in the Master Builders Awards and you got to attend in June. Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like to be there on the evening, the energy in the room?
It was a great energy. It was great to see all the different, local custom builders, from across Gippsland. The quality was, high end pretty much throughout. So it was really great to see us come through with the goods in 5 awards all up. So
And were you feeling pretty confident for Virtue?
yeah, I was quietly always confident for Virtue Homes to come through.
Amazing. That's great. And what an exciting thing to be a part of.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good just to see all the the other people in the industry there as well, and comparing against their quality of the builds. So
Yeah,
yeah,
beautiful. And an opportunity, I think, to network as well with
Yeah.
local custom builders.
yeah, I managed to meet a few people who I met quite a few years ago. So it was good to catch up with them again as well. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Well, we're feeling pretty confident for next year's awards as well, I think.
I think so.
In today's episode, Riley and Andrew will be taking you through the steps of beginning your dream home building process with Virtue. So, to start off with, Riley, can you tell me a bit about your role at Virtue and what you do for our clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a sales consultant here at Virtue Homes. So my main role is to field inquiries for new home builds, and sit down and speak with our clients about what they're looking to build, what they're hoping to get from a new home, many different aspects. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into that, and it's not a matter of answering 100 questions on one day, but it's a matter of sort of sitting down and saying, okay, what are you looking to get from your build? Whereabouts are you looking to build? And just get a few different ideas and things like that so that we can sort of scope out what our clients are looking for.
Right. And so it's quite a process. Yeah, it's not just one or two conversations. You're with the clients throughout the whole process.
Yeah, absolutely. So realistically, we're in contact with our clients the whole way through those initial design and quote phases, as well as even throughout the build. Like I'm in contact with our clients at certain stages during the build, as well as seeing them at handover, which I always have to say that's the most rewarding part of this job is you get to see them at handover in their new home. So excited to move in. Like it's
Oh,
fantastic.
that's so special. Yeah,
Yeah.
what a unique opportunity for you guys to be there from the very beginning and then also through to the very end. I
Exactly right. Yeah,
think
it's
there's
fantastic.
probably no other roles here that actually have that sort of broad connection with the clients the whole way through.
Exactly right. It's such a strong relationship building with our clients. Like you still talk to some of them after handover. Like you run into them down the street and you're stopping chatting for 10 minutes. Like it's
Oh,
fantastic. Yeah.
That's so sweet. And I think that's a real point of difference for Virtue and custom home builders is it's very personal.
Yeah.
You're not just another house, another number. You build these relationships with the clients, and it is a really personal thing building your custom home that's
Yeah.
designed just for you. So really important you guys maintain that contact with
Yeah,
the clients.
Absolutely. They say communication is everything. And in this job, it absolutely is. Making sure clients know where things at, keeping them up to date with timelines. It's really important to build that relationship with them, and just, form that good communication as well.
Beautiful. So, Andrew, can you tell me a little bit about your role and why you were brought into the Virtue team?
Yeah, so I started about 4 months ago. Came in sales consultant to help Riley out. Was pretty much under the pump there. And I did. I've had years of experience through sales in different avenues, and also did some building design 15, 20 years ago as well. So that I really wanted to get back into the building industry and saw this come up and thought this would be great to
Merge the two
merge the two.
passions. Yeah.
Merge the two. I love talking to people.
You're in the right role.
So chatting to them and helping them through the process. It's great. So
Oh, beautiful. And Riley, you also have a history in building design and
Yeah,
drafting.
absolutely. So I've been at Virtue Homes now for I think 8 years this year. So my first 4 years with the company was doing drafting and design work with the design team upstairs. And then about 4 years ago, jumped into a sales role. Just sort of was enjoying that interaction with clients and wanting to do that a little bit more. And having that design background certainly was helping with that avenue as well. So, being able to assist people and saying, yes, this will work with the design, as you'd know, Andrew,
Yep.
it's much easier to sit down
Much
and
easier.
go,
Much
yep,
easier.
this will work versus look at it and go, I've got no idea.
I'm just the sales guy. Yeah, you've got to
100%.
talk to
Yeah.
the team.
Like I can imagine this would be a challenging job to begin with if you don't have that pre-existing design knowledge.
Exactly,
And even
yeah.
just general regulations for sites and things in the local areas and all those kind of things.
Site
It's
orientation.
everything.
all that, yeah.
It's very, very beneficial to have that pre-existing knowledge, and especially to have done it within the company that you're still working for too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's really important that the both of you have that background and that knowledge, and you're able to assist clients to that next degree, rather than just being pretty faces sitting at the displays, the display hosts. I think people do have a misconception that the people sitting in the display homes are just hosts. You're just there to smile and take down their contact details. But you guys actually are really connected in that beginning of that journey.
100%. Yeah. So like a lot of the cases it is, a lot of the display homes and many other builders have display hosts for the weekend work and things like that, just to take a name and number to get back to a consultant. But the beauty is that the luxury is, I suppose, that we're there to sit down and just work through it with you on the spot and be able to answer those questions a bit quicker rather than we'll get back to you in a week once we ask XYZ. It's nice to be able to say, yes, this will work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. So, guests who come and visit the displays, they can actually get quite a lot of information from the two of you from that initial visit, rather than having to wait and possibly get cold called or spam emailed or all the rest of it. That's
Yeah.
really important. I think that's a real good point of difference again.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pitch a scenario. I'm imagining that I'm ready to start my custom home building journey with Virtue.
Yep.
What things do I need to prepare before I have that initial consultation or come in and see you guys?
Yeah, look, one of the big things is determining your budget. So whether you're a cash buyer or you need to get a mortgage, so you need to engage a broker if you need to get a mortgage. They can really help you, lead you in the right direction on what you can afford with your income and your budget, and go from there. So
at the end of the day, anyone can come in with no prior knowledge, and that's also what we're there to assist with. So obviously we would always encourage people to start thinking about situations like land choice, brokers and things like that. But also we're in a position where we're lucky and we're in connections with a lot of local brokers, land agents, everything like that. So if you were to come and see us, we can assist and send you in the right direction of, these are the people that we would recommend that are local to the area. They can assist with your financing if it's required, assist with finding a block of land. We'll also happily come and meet you at a block of land, sit down, discuss some options, and say, yes, this kind of design that you're after would work for this, or we think that something else is going to be a little bit, they need to be modified as such, adjusted to suit. Yeah.
Oh, great. So you're able to help with basically everything. I don't have to come in armed with all the information. I've got everything prepared. Sure, that's probably ideal, but it's good to know that you're able to make those recommendations and assist, especially with land selection. I think that is what, if you don't already have a block of land, that can be scary, is choosing the right spot, whether it will actually fit the sort of design that you're going for. And is that also something, say I already have a block of land, Virtue's able to design around that block and any falls, any easements, make sure that our dream home fits to that block? Is that?
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. So that's the ability of being a custom design builder as well. It's fantastic. So whether it's just myself and Andrew that come out to site, or whether it's myself and Andrew together, one of our own with a member of our drafting team as well, coming out to the block, having a bit of a look, discussing some ideas when you've got the complexities of falls and things like that, the drafting team are a great help there.
The orientation of the block.
Yeah.
Oh, of
Can be a
course.
big thing. So
Light is everything. Yeah.
Yes, light is everything.
That's really reassuring. I personally have had experiences of looking at blocks, looking at floor plans with other builders, and being told, oh, well, there's a 3-meter easement at the back, so it's, that floor plan isn't going to fit.
Yep.
Virtue has the flexibility to say, this specific plan won't fit, but we can alter this and alter that to make
spot
it
on.
work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll make it fit, sort of thing.
That's exactly. Rather than just, it won't work, look
Yeah.
somewhere else. And
Yeah.
that's encouraging as a, if you're looking at building a home, to have that kind of care. Just looping back to brokers for a second, I think there's a bit of a misconstrued idea with brokers. People don't realize that you don't have to pay for them.
No, they're free. That's the trick. They're free.
There's no loss to engaging a broker. It's a win-win-win.
Exactly.
So, and you would consider that to be a really important step.
Very important, because it really leads you on the right path to take. So
100%. And as I said, we've got resources and people locally. We're not just got one option, we've got multiple options. Like people that I've dealt with myself for my own home build journey and brokers and things like that. I couldn't recommend them more. They're there to work for you. And yeah, there's no fees and things involved. So why not? It won't hurt to have a quick conversation, even if you are still 6 months, 2 years away from that option of purchasing land or building. At least you've got that prior information at that point, and it hasn't cost you anything.
Yeah, that's it. Knowledge is everything.
Yeah,
Arm yourself with
absolutely.
it. Leading on from that, is there a point where it's too soon to come in and have a chat? Or would you say that we can come in and have a chat at any point, even if we're looking 18 to 2 years?
Yep, any time. Yeah, because it can really set you up on the path that you want to take. So if you're coming in early, you really get a feel for the different blocks, feel for the plans, and what you want to achieve out of the plans as well. So yeah,
It's going to spark that interest and ideas. Like that's also something I would say that a lot of the time people come in, they know they want to build a home, but they have no pre-existing ideas of things that they want to build or styles they like, which is understandable if it's something you've never done before.
Yeah.
Then you've got the other length, like the other scale of things where people have Pinterest boards, everything. They're well aware of the ideas that they want in their new home. So I think it's really important that, again, we're there to guide, but we can't necessarily determine what style you are as such. We can help you guide to it, but it's also important to sort of sit down and have a bit of, look around at different homes and different things like that to gain an idea of what you like.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And on the flip side of that, does it give you an idea, or I can imagine it would give you an idea of what sort of budget you're looking at for the home that you want? And it all, I'm sure, just kind of goes in circles of budget determines what you can build, and what you want to build determines what budget you need to work towards. But so coming in 2 years in advance can give you that monetary goal to work towards to achieve the dream home.
Exactly. It gives you that idea of where you need to be at.
Beautiful.
So we're very blessed in today's market. 3 to 4 years ago, we're in a very different scenario where inflation was very volatile. So it was very hard to sort of project what you need to be spending on a home in a year's time. We're in a much more blessed position today where inflation's a lot lower in the building industry. So we can sort of guide on pricing and know that pricing is going to hold for a certain period of time as a guide window anyway.
Oh, that's reassuring. I'm the kind of person where I need to have a goal to work towards. So I would need to have, okay, you need X amount of dollars to build your home. I would need to be told that.
Yeah.
So that's reassuring to know that that's something that we could sort of discuss and work out, and then, create that plan to action it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And where does Virtue build? I know that we're based in Traralgon. We're a Gippsland builder. What does that mean, though? Gippsland is a very broad region.
Yes, spot on. It can vary, general speaking, sort of Garfield area, right through to
the furthest we'll
that's
sort
the
of head
furthest west, and then Stratford's
realistically the cutoff east.
Yeah.
We always say give us a call. Like we never know. We might have 10 builds that are on at Stratford at the time. So for us to go 20 minutes further down the road to do a build when we've already got 10 on the go there, it's viable.
It's not
viable.
Much of a stretch.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
We do lots of builds and things down in Inverloch as well. But that's realistically the stretch of where we'll go down to that South Gippsland area. But yeah, we always say if you're unsure, give us a call. The website lists all the suburbs and areas we built. If it's not in there and you think you might be within the realm, give us a call and we'll be able to give you a response pretty quickly as to whether it's possible or not.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Fantastic. And so does that mean that you guys are really knowledgeable about all of those areas, and not just the the townships themselves, but the specific estates that are being built there?
Yeah, look, we generally try and stay on top of it. We talk to the real estates in all the areas, and they'll give us a lot of information on the new estates that are coming. And stage releases. Yeah.
Every couple of months we try to get in the car and get out and get to these areas so that we can keep on top of it and know what's where, so that when someone comes in, they're going, oh, we want to build here. Do you know where this is? And we're not sitting there going, oh, not really.
Yeah. Where you're bringing up Google Maps on the side, like, oh, yeah.
That's where that is. So no, we try to keep on top of it. There's obviously ever changing things, especially down that West Gippsland mark, but the Warrigal Druin growth is just phenomenal. So trying to keep on the pulse with that as well. You've also got your regional builds. So a lot of your farming overlays, bushfire overlays, things like that, where clients, we'd never expect clients to have understanding of what's involved in that. That's what we're here to help with.
Yep.
So yeah, just having that knowledge about rural property builds as well, given we see that's quite a lot of what we do as well at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So you already have an understanding of the very specific requirements for building essentially off the grid or
Yeah.
not in a housing estate on a piece of land. That's great because I know that if that was me in that position and I just inherited a farm and wanted to put a ranch house on it,
Would be
I wouldn't
nice.
know, oh, wouldn't it just?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know the first thing about, like you said, the fire restrictions and the specific, you getting the connections through, the power, the phone lines, even
Yeah.
sewerage. You guys are able to help with all of that as well.
100%.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Beautiful.
again, that customizability, being a custom builder, we can quote septic tanks, we can quote water tanks. It's not outside of the norm for us. We can do the whole lot. And again, it's just having those discussions early about this is what's going to be required for the property. You might have 6 months worth of planning ahead. We want to give you a heads up on that.
All right. So we've spoken about how you can assist with land selection and finding the right block for the vision that clients have. What happens when a client comes to you already having purchased a difficult block? How do you tackle that?
Yeah. So there's obviously many different challenges that can come with many different blocks. At the end of the day, something like slope, which is again something you find a lot more commonly in that West Gippsland area. It's a lot steeper land down there. What we do is we always just ensure that we're getting a feature survey of the land at the early steps, so that when it goes to our design team, we're working based on what the actual site presents. And sitting down and going, okay, this is what we think the best outcome's going to be for your block of land. We're really big here on working with the land, not against it. So we don't want to bench a pad that's 3 meters deep for you to sit at your house on, and then you walk into your backyard and you've got a 3 meter high retaining wall with then a fence on top of that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no.
That's not the goal for anyone.
Yeah.
So it's all about, we've done, quite a few in that, again, Warrigal Druin area, where we've worked with the land, stepped the house, placed a garage underneath the home and put the rest of the home on top, so that when it gets to the back of the property, it's not completely benched in and dug into the site. As well as, I think the one we did in Warrigal of recent was 5 different split levels that just went up and around the house. No dramatic steps or a big set of stairs, just sort of 3 to 4 steps in 5 different spots.
Yeah, right.
And then you got back up to their outdoor area, which looked at the backyard, and it was flat with the land.
Oh, beautiful.
And we can achieve that by getting the design team on site early in the process as well. They can come out and have a look, and really, get in the right direction.
Amazing. And again, the beauty of going custom.
100%.
So have you had clients before who have been told, no, it's too hard by other builders, and Virtue has taken on the challenge?
Absolutely. So look, a lot of the volume builders and things like that can't compete with those kind of blocks, and not having that customizability in their designs, it's not something they can work with. So a lot of the times we do find people that have those challenging blocks will say, oh yeah, we have spoken to other builders, but they can't accommodate to what we want to do with the site. And that's, again, that beauty about that customizability, just being able to make those adjustments.
Oh, that's amazing. It's really innovative, and I'm sure the design team, I'm sure they love that challenge
Yes.
They
of,
do,
of
yeah.
coming up with a problem solving, concept that also keeps to what the clients are wanting and is trendy, looks good.
It is. And it's just about that being rewarding at the other end again. Like, you see that home on that block and you think, wow, that must have been a challenging block to work with, but they've built that beautiful home on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. I like the concept that essentially no block is off limits, and Virtue can make sure that no land goes to waste. But you're also not just demolishing it in order to put a house there. You're working with it. You're trying to find innovative ways to keep the beauty of the land.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. So then what sort of homes does Virtue build? What variety, like, are we just multi-million dollar custom homes? What does Virtue build?
Oh no, we we can vary. We can start from around that $400,000 mark and go right up to multi-million-dollar homes. So we do a varying level of fittings and fixtures, which can determine the cost of the house. So
Yeah.
I think it really showcases too in the 4 display homes we have in Trelgan. We've got a 28 square deluxe inclusions build, which our deluxe inclusions is our standards in our builds. So we have that there on display, as well as 3 larger homes. So you've got the Windsor 38, which is our big ranch, the Olivia 42, which is our 2-story home, and then the Kingston 33, which is also a deluxe inclusions build. And the cost variance across those 4 homes is massive, but
Yeah.
it gives our clients a real sense and understanding of, okay, this is where things start, and look at where you can take things. Do you guys sit at the higher end of things, the lower end, or are you somewhere in the middle? You don't have to be one or the other.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the display's designed to inspire and showcase what Virtue is capable of rather
Yeah.
than, I imagine clients don't walk through your display homes with the view to purchase that specific floor plan. It's more about look at this room, look at these fixtures, look at the quality.
Exactly. And we find most clients will pick say an ensuite layout from one of the houses, and they want it in one of the other plans. So our design team can sort of make that happen. And the
Right.
same with the laundry layout and the kitchen layouts.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's as much as those homes there are there, and they do get replicated. Don't get me wrong. People walk in love, fall in love with the designs, and go, "Yep, that's what we want." They're not necessarily there for that purpose. They're more there as a guide to say, "Yep,
Yeah.
we want this kitchen layout with this bedroom layout and this bathroom layout."
Yeah, we like this bench top. We like these lights.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
we
And-
like how this flows here.
100%. And that's when they give them to the drafting team, come up with the design that suits them, their land, and what they're after for their lifestyle. And then they get to meet with Tanya and pick all their selections and everything as well for their colors and everything to make sure it's really what they want from home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. So even through to the color selection, it's custom. It's not, you're not given a certain palette to choose from. You can choose essentially any fixtures, any fittings.
Yep. It's fine. You can choose any color wall that you want.
Beautiful, hot pink.
Yes, and it's very
pink
even
on one and blue on
within
the other.
our base range. Like it's not limited to these are your 3 color options or your 3
Yep.
color schedules. Go. Every single client has the initial consult at our suppliers with our color consultant to sit down and go, these are the colors and fixtures we're getting at this level. Da, 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 da. I think there's something crazy like 50 to 60 vinyls within our standard range of selection, and then
Right.
you've got your upgrades after that. So you're not short of choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very handy to have the consultant there as well to help guide those decisions. Because I know sometimes personally, I get overwhelmed when there's too much
Yeah.
choice. And I
Yes.
just, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I would have been lost without her when I built.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tanya, she is a gem.
She's
She's
fantastic.
amazing.
So we've talked about clients coming in to speak with you guys, but how do they actually go about doing that?
There's many ways clients can get in contact with us. Obviously, the major one we always suggest is our display homes. Come and visit us down there so you can see the work, quality, craftsmanship, everything like that in the homes. And we are down there from 12 to 4 during the non-daylight savings period, and from 12 to 5 p.m. during the daylight savings period, 7 days a week. So
Oh, every day.
yeah, every day.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I can go for a little weekend wander.
Exactly. And you can also get a lot of information on our website as well, virtuehomes.com.au, and you can put an online inquiry in there, and we can get back to you on that too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And if, say, I couldn't come down within the opening hours of the displays, is there any way that we could still take a tour or chat with you at the display office?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're very flexible. So if you can't make it, give us a call, and we can organise time to meet you down there and go through them as well. So
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
100%. If it's outside of those opening hours, just give one of us a call. We're around. We'll absolutely come and open up and go through with you, or organise a time to meet you there.
yeah,
Fantastic. That flexibility is great because people's schedules are all over the place
Exactly.
these days.
Yeah.
And you can't always fit it in between the hours of 12 and 4.
Yes, exactly right.
And with Virtue's displays, each of them are award winners. Do you have the capability to walk clients through the displays, talk about specific features, talk about the layout? Can we get that kind of personal tour with you guys?
Yeah, 100%. It's not a matter of, just see yourself through. We're more than happy to walk through with you, highlight features to you from certain homes, sort of show you, I suppose, the difference as well as to what you see in our deluxe inclusions home, and then what you see in the more upgraded homes as well, and where that sort of value comes across between the two.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing. And there are 4 different displays in Traralgon, showcasing everything from, like you said, the deluxe inclusions, which are Virtue standard inclusions, right through to a rather extravagant 2-story modern hosting home. It's beautiful. There are more than 100 floor plans on the website as well for clients to look through. What if you're looking for something that isn't in the display, isn't on those floor plans?
We've got the luxury of being a custom home builder. We draw hundreds upon hundreds of floor plans for people all the time. When clients meet with us and give us a bit of a rundown of what they're after, we obviously have a bit of a memory catalog of those plans too. So we can sit down and go, oh, hang on, we might have something that we've built previously that might not be 100% the best fit, but it's going to be, say, 80% of the way there.
A good starting
A
point.
good starting point. Yeah. And then we can, print that off, use that plan. Doesn't have to be one of our existing floor plans on the website. Even if you come to us and say, hey, these are the 4 rooms I want here, 2 rooms here, a couple of bathrooms here. I go, okay, let's take that away in writing based on your block. Our drafting and design team will come up with something. At the end of the day, that's what they're there for.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. So, like the display homes, the floor plans on the website are just a guide and a starting
Good
point.
starting point.
Yeah,
100%,
place to inspire. So clients can, for example, come in and see you guys at the display office and say, look, we really like the Kingston floor plan, but we would like to add a theatre room here and put this on this side. Do you have that flexibility?
100%.
Definitely. Yep.
Amazing.
100%.
Yeah.
What if the block that the clients come to and they have already purchased doesn't allow for that?
That's where we sit down and have to have obviously a conversation
Yeah.
about, okay, this plan that you love, unfortunately, it doesn't fit the block you've got. But let us sit down and look at options of A, can we reduce that existing floor plan without compromising it too much? Or B, do we have something that's quite similar that's going to fit the block as well as the brief?
Yeah.
Perfect. So Virtue really does work with the client and with the dream.
100%. Absolutely.
So what would you guys say are the key takeaway points for our listeners?
I'd say number 1, your budget and engaging a broker.
Further to that, you've obviously got that land selection criteria. As I said, we can assist with it, but it's also really important that you're putting some research into it yourself to know where you want to be for locations, as well as to work out a general area of where you want to be so you can pinpoint that perfect block.
Yep.
Sensational. Right. Well, I'll see you guys next week to talk about my dream home.
We'll be there.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Too
That's
easy.
okay.
Thank you very much.
Kristen.
Cheers.